Have you ever held on to the wall just to get out of bed? Or hesitated before stepping off a curb, worried your legs might not catch you? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And let me be very clear. This is not just part of getting older. It's not something you just have to accept. Too many women over 60 start to believe that feeling unsteady, dizzy, or off balance is just what happens with age. But that's not the full story. What if I told you that those shaky moments are actually your body sending you a message, and that you can do something about it? I want to talk to the woman who stopped walking alone because she's afraid of falling, to the one who used to love gardening or shopping, but now stays home because she doesn't trust her legs anymore. You are not weak. You are not fragile. You're just missing a few pieces of the puzzle. And once you understand those pieces, you can rebuild your balance, your strength, and your confidence. In this video, we're going to break down exactly why balance changes for women after 60, and what you can do starting today to feel steady on your feet again. You're going to learn how one small shift in daily habits can change everything, how fear silently affects your body, and the surprising role your nerves, your muscles, and even your eyesight play in keeping you grounded. Most of all, I want to give you hope and the tools to walk with power again, because balance isn't gone. It's just waiting to be remembered. The unspoken fear. There's something many women over 60 carry quietly, and it's not arthritis or back pain. It's fear, the fear of falling. But we rarely talk about it. We push it aside. We tell ourselves, I'm just being careful, or I don't move like I used to. But deep down, that fear shapes our day more than we realize. It starts small. Maybe you avoid the stairs, or you stop walking around the block like you used to. You hesitate before stepping onto grass or gravel. You reach for furniture more often than you admit, just to feel steady. These aren't just habits. They're protective instincts, and they're completely understandable. But here's the problem. The more we avoid movement, the more our body begins to lose its natural ability to support us. Muscles weaken, reflexes slow down, and joints stiffen. And the very thing we're trying to avoid, a fall, becomes more likely. This is called the fear-frailty loop. It's been studied in geriatric medicine, and it's a real documented cycle. Fear leads to less movement. Less movement leads to physical decline. That decline creates more fear, and round we go. But here's the part no one tells you. This loop can be broken. Not by pretending the fear isn't there, and not by pushing yourself to do something unsafe. It's broken gently, intentionally, with small daily actions that remind your body and your brain that you are capable, that you are still strong, that you haven't lost your balance. You've just been protecting it too much. Let me share a story with you. A woman named Deborah, 68 years old, hadn't walked outside alone in 2 years, not because her legs didn't work, but because she was afraid they wouldn't. One day, after one close call in the kitchen, she realized something had to change. With help from a therapist, she started small, marching in place next to the counter, then practicing turning slowly in the hallway. Within weeks, her body remembered what to do, but more importantly, she remembered how to trust it again. Her story isn't rare, and if any part of this sounds like you, please know you're not alone. Fear is real, but it doesn't have to control your future. You don't need to become fearless overnight. You just need to move forward, slowly, gently, consistently, because movement is medicine, and every small step you take is a message to your body that you're still in charge. 2. Gentle but powerful movements. Now that we've talked about fear, let's talk about something even more powerful: action. Because the truth is, You don't need a gym membership or fancy equipment to start regaining your balance. What you need is consistency. A few small, gentle movements, done daily, can reawaken the strength that's already inside you. These aren't workouts for athletes. These are movements designed by geriatric specialists to help older adults, especially women, retrain their balance, boost their confidence, and protect their independence. You can do them in your living room, in your pajamas, barefoot if you like. The important part isn't how fast you do them, it's that you do them. Let's start with the first one. It's called the wall knee tap. Stand facing a wall, about a foot away. Keep your feet flat and your body upright. Now gently lift your right knee toward the wall, tap it, and place your foot back down. Then do the same with your left knee. It might feel simple, but this activates the muscles in your hips and thighs, wakes up your coordination, and prepares your body for walking. Just 10 taps each side, once or twice a day, can make a big difference over time. Second, we have heel-to-toe walking. This one might remind you of a sobriety test, but trust me, it works. Stand tall and place one foot directly in front of the other, heel touching the toe. Walk in a straight line, taking about 10 steps forward, then 10 steps back. Use a wall or countertop for support if you need to. This exercise challenges your balance, improves focus, and retrains your brain to stay centered. Many women feel wobbly at first, and that's okay. That wobble means your body is working. The third one is called vestibular reboot, and it helps train your inner ear, which plays a huge role in balance. Here's how you do it. Stand in a hallway or somewhere with support nearby. Walk slowly in a straight line, and as you walk, gently turn your head left and right, like you're saying, no. Go slow. This isn't a race. The goal is to help your inner ear and brain process movement more effectively. It might feel strange at first, especially if you've been avoiding head movement, but over time it can significantly reduce dizziness and improve your overall stability. Now, if these sound too simple to make a difference, remember this. The body responds to consistency, not complexity. A 5-minute routine done every day is more powerful than a 30-minute workout you do once a week. These movements don't just strengthen your body, they rebuild trust between your brain and your feet. That's the foundation of balance. And here's something beautiful. Every time you finish a set, you're not just improving your muscles, you're proving something to yourself. That you're not stuck, that you're not fragile, that you can change gently, steadily, and in your own time. In the next section, we'll talk about why so many women over 60 begin to lose balance in the first place, and how your body may be trying to warn you long before your first stumble. But for now, I want you to try just one of these exercises today. Don't wait. Don't overthink it. Just move. 3. Why women lose balance more easily than men. Now let's talk about something that doesn't get mentioned nearly enough. Why balance problems tend to show up more and earlier in women. It's not in your head. It's not your fault. And it's not just about getting older. Women's bodies go through unique changes, especially after menopause. One of the most significant changes is the natural decline in estrogen, a hormone that plays a key role not just in bone health, but also in maintaining muscle mass and joint flexibility. As estrogen levels drop, many women begin to lose muscle faster, especially around the hips, thighs, and core, the exact areas you need for strong, steady balance. This is part of why something as simple as standing up from a chair or stepping onto a curb can start to feel harder, even if you've stayed relatively active. Your muscles are doing less with more effort. And if you've ever said, "I just feel slower," or "my legs don't respond like they used to," Now you know there's a real reason behind it. But it's not just physical. Women are also more likely to be caregivers for spouses, parents, or grandchildren, which often means putting their own health last. That includes skipping movement, brushing off symptoms, or delaying doctor visits. Over time, that adds up. What starts as a small hesitation or a little stiffness can quietly become a bigger issue. And there's something else. Women are more likely to internalize fear. We don't always talk about it, not even to our doctors. We adapt, we adjust, we avoid. But the fear stays, and the body responds by tightening, slowing, and shrinking the range of motion. That's how the loss of confidence becomes physical. The good news is, once you understand what's happening, once you name it, you can do something about it. You can build muscle again. You can restore flexibility. You can step back into motion with knowledge on your side. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else, especially not to younger you. This isn't about getting back to who you were. It's about becoming stronger and steadier right now, at this age, in this body, with wisdom you didn't have before. In the next section, we're going to uncover some of the hidden causes of balance loss that most women, and even many doctors, completely overlook. These are things you can check for and fix, starting today. 4. The hidden causes no one talks about. So far, we've talked about movement, mindset, and muscle, but now let's go even deeper. Because for many women, the root of balance loss isn't just about strength. It's something you can't see and often don't feel until it's already creating problems. Let's start with a big one. Vitamin B12 deficiency. Most people think of vitamins as something you either get from food or a multivitamin, right? But B12 is different. It's not just for energy, it's absolutely essential for your nervous system. Specifically, it helps maintain something called the myelin sheath. Think of it like the insulation on electrical wires. Without enough B12, those wires, your nerves, start to misfire. And when that happens, your body stops sending clear signals to your feet, your legs, even your sense of direction. You might feel tingling or numbness. Maybe your legs feel like jelly, or you're not sure exactly where the floor is under your feet. That's not just aging. That could be proprioception loss, your body's ability to sense where it is in space. Here's the twist. You can have a normal B12 level on a standard blood test and still be deficient, especially as you get older. Why? Because B12 absorption drops with age. And if you take medications like metformin, antacids, or certain blood thinners, they can block B12 absorption altogether. This is particularly important for women who are more likely to be on multiple prescriptions and more likely to be told, "You're fine," when symptoms don't show up clearly in lab work. In fact, one study from the Journal of Neurology found that older adults with B12 deficiency were 4 times more likely to fall within a year. That's not a coincidence. That's a neurological red flag. The fix? Get your active B12 tested, not just total B12. And if you're low, talk to your doctor about methylcobalamin, the most absorbable form of B12. Sometimes food and pills aren't enough. You may need sublingual tablets or even injections, especially if gut absorption is an issue. And here's the good news. Nerve function can improve, sometimes dramatically, if you catch it early. Now let's talk about another hidden cause, medications. Most women over 60 are on at least 2 prescriptions. Some are life-saving, but others, or the combination of them, can quietly steal your balance. Take blood pressure medications. They lower your blood pressure, which is good for your heart. But sometimes, they lower it too much. That leads to something called orthostatic hypotension, where you stand up and suddenly feel lightheaded, disoriented, or even black out for a second. That's one of the most common causes of falls, and many women don't realize it's coming from their pills. Then there are sleep aids and over-the-counter PM meds. These slow your nervous system. You might feel groggy in the morning or have slower reaction time all day, even when you feel awake. That can throw off your sense of timing and make quick movements risky. And finally, antidepressants and anti-anxiety medications. These can affect your vestibular system, the part of your inner ear that helps with balance, and even lower muscle tone. That floating, disconnected sensation some women feel? It's not all in your head. It could be a side effect. Now, I want to be clear, never stop a medication on your own. But it is absolutely okay to ask your doctor or pharmacist, could this be affecting my balance? There may be alternatives with fewer side effects or adjustments that make a difference. Balance isn't just physical, it's biochemical, neurological, and sometimes pharmaceutical. And when you understand that, you can start making smart, safe choices that protect you in the long run. In the next section, we're going to look at something you may not expect: how the lighting in your home and the way you see the world can quietly affect your ability to stay upright. V. Is your home bright enough? Now let's talk about something that often gets overlooked, even though you walk through it every single day. Your home. More specifically, the lighting inside your home. As we age, our eyes naturally need more light to see clearly. But here's what happens. We get used to dim rooms, soft lamps, or that one hallway light that's always been just enough. Over time, we adapt without realizing it, until one day we misstep on the stairs or bump into the edge of a rug we didn't see. Here's the truth. Poor lighting is one of the most underrated risks for falls, especially at night. If you've ever gotten up in the dark to use the bathroom and felt disoriented, you know how vulnerable that moment can be. And it doesn't take much. A shadow, a glare, or a misplaced shoe can throw off your balance when your vision is already strained. But the fix is simple, and it's powerful. Start by doing a quick lighting audit of your home. Are there dark corners? Dim hallways? Is the path from your bed to the bathroom fully lit without needing to fumble for a switch? If not, consider adding night lights, motion sensor lights, or low-glare LED strips along the baseboards or stair rails. In the kitchen and bathroom, where floors can be slippery, make sure overhead lighting is bright and evenly distributed. And in the living room, avoid lamps that create sharp shadows or glare, especially on glossy floors. Here's one more tip that makes a big difference. Get your vision checked regularly, not just for prescriptions, but for signs of cataracts, glaucoma, or other age-related changes. What your eyes miss, your brain has to guess, and that guess can sometimes cost you your balance. Improving your lighting isn't just about safety, it's about confidence. When you can see clearly, your body moves with more certainty. Your steps are stronger. Your mind is calmer. Sometimes, reclaiming your balance starts with something as simple as flipping a switch and seeing your space in a whole new light. 6. Everyday habits that quietly weaken your balance. Sometimes it's not the big things that throw us off. It's the little habits we don't even notice. Over time, certain everyday behaviors can quietly chip away at your strength, coordination, and confidence. Let's talk about a few of them, especially ones I've seen many women over 60 fall into without realizing. The first is using your hands every time you stand up. Whether it's pushing off the arm of a chair or grabbing the edge of a table, this habit takes the work away from the muscles that are meant to support you, especially your core and your thighs. It may feel easier in the moment, but over time, it weakens the very system that keeps you stable. Instead, practice standing up without your hands, even if it's just once a day from a firm, steady chair. Engage your legs. Sit tall. Let your body remember how to do the work. The second habit is wearing soft, unsupportive shoes around the house. Slippers that feel cozy might not provide enough grip or structure. That's especially risky on hardwood or tile. Look for indoor shoes with a firm sole, heel support, and slip-resistant bottoms. Think of them as part of your balance toolkit, not just comfort wear. Another one? Not rotating your body throughout the day. Many of us sit in one position for hours, especially if we're reading, sewing, or watching TV. But when we stop twisting, reaching, or turning, our spine and inner ear get out of practice. Try this. Every hour or so, stand up, take a slow turn left and right, and stretch your arms gently overhead. It's not exercise, it's maintenance. And here's a subtle but important one: ignoring small stumbles. Maybe you caught yourself last week, or wobbled for just a second this morning. It's easy to brush it off. But don't. Those little moments are whispers from your body that something's changing, and the sooner you respond, with movement, attention, or even just curiosity, the better your chances of avoiding a bigger problem later. These aren't bad habits. They're human habits. They come from trying to make life easier, safer, more comfortable. But now you know what they cost over time, and how to gently shift them. Balance isn't just about what you do, it's also about what you stop doing. In the next section, we'll wrap up with real stories of women who took these small steps and saw their confidence, strength, and independence return. You'll see what's possible, and how it can happen for you, too. You've made it this far, and that says something. It says you care about your body, your future, and your freedom. And maybe more than anything, it says you haven't given up, even if, lately, you've been moving slower, feeling unsteady, or carrying more doubt than you'd like to admit. So let me remind you of something important. You are not broken. You are not fragile. You are not past the point of change. Your brain still learns. Your muscles still respond. Your balance, even if it feels lost, is still inside you, waiting to be rebuilt, one gentle habit at a time. Let me tell you about Jean. She was 74 when she realized she hadn't walked to her mailbox in months. She wasn't injured, she was just afraid. So she started doing 5 minutes of balance exercises every morning. She didn't rush, she didn't push herself too hard, but she stayed consistent. 6 weeks later, she was walking 20 minutes a day without a cane. And more importantly, without fear. Or Ed, a retired skier who thought his days of climbing stairs were behind him. Turns out, he was low on B12. After a simple adjustment and some targeted movement, he started walking without holding on to the railing, something he hadn't done in years. These aren't miracles, they're just choices. Small ones, made daily, by people who decided that aging wasn't the end of movement. It was the beginning of a new kind of strength. And you can make that choice too. Today, right now. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to take one step. Literally. Try one exercise from earlier, or stand up from your chair without your hands, or walk through your house tonight and check the lighting. Because every time you move, you send a message to your body. I'm still here, I'm still capable, and I'm not done yet. If this message resonated with you, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love, a sister, a friend, a neighbor. So many women are quietly struggling with balance, fear, or weakness, thinking they're alone. They're not, and neither are you. Subscribe for more science-backed advice, created with care, just for you. Because you deserve to move with confidence, with power and with pride. Your balance isn't gone. It's just waiting for you to come back to it.